I want to talk to you about Zoho Meeting, and this is a review of this service. I want to talk about the features, the pricing, the pros and cons, the capabilities you can expect, everything. So here's a presentation I want you to really pay attention to. So when you think about Zoho Meeting, I want you to think about a tool that's great for a growing team, okay? And Zoho Meeting is really a cloud-based audio and video conferencing solution for businesses and professionals, making it possible to connect one-on-one, really, when you think about it, or with hundreds of people at a time. And the service offers video sessions for free and premium features for businesses needing additional collaboration support. In addition to video meetings, Zoho lets you engage through chat, share documents, and review reports and analytics based on conferencing outcomes. And so Meeting integrates with a few popular apps such as Microsoft Teams and Slack, but most integrations are for other Zoho products. And the cool thing is you can download Zoho Meeting for a desktop or mobile, or even access meetings using a web browser. So this is kind of cool. So depending on your service plan, you can also join conferences by phone. So this is kind of cool. So when you close your eyes and think about Zoho Meeting, I want you to think about basically, first of all, the official name is Meeting by Zoho. So this is actually the company's video and audio conferencing platform. And Zoho initially launched the tool in 2007, though it saw significant improvements and a rise in popularity due to worldwide quarantines in 2020 that made remote work essential for many businesses. Alongside audio and video conferencing, Zoho Meeting supports screen and file sharing, session recording, multiple hosts, user management, pinned videos, raise hand function in meetings, meeting chat with notes, collaborative whiteboards, virtual backgrounds, meeting transcripts, reports and analytics. You have integrations. That's really cool. You have custom domains, meeting polls, API access, embedding meeting widgets. So this is really good. So Zoho Meetings also had adds-on for toll-free numbers and meeting rooms. You can place calls in the app, but it requires phone credits. Depending on your plan, you may qualify for free credits. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation. So here's the assessment I want you to really pay attention to. So when you think about Zoho Meeting, what are the pros and cons you need to really keep in mind starting today? First of all, let's start with the pros. You have a tool that's very inexpensive, it's very cheap, very affordable. You have up to 25 simultaneous video feeds, so that's really good in terms of efficiency. Okay, up to 25 simultaneous video feeds. You have a tool that supports virtual backgrounds. You are able to include reactions through the tool, so that's really good. You have a useful AI-powered transcript. You have a set of useful AI-powered transcriptions and insights. So this is really good. So the pricing is kind of cool in terms of being highly scalable. You also have the add-on structure, and this is really good. You have a tool that integrates with other Zoho apps. So if you are already in the Zoho ecosystem, you will love this tool, that's for sure. And there is actually an opportunity to use this tool for free. And the tool can actually host meetings via web, desktop, and mobile apps. So we love that aspect of things a lot. You are able to join meetings by phone. You have UCaaS capabilities, and you can lock meetings for privacy and security. So this is kind of cool in terms of opportunity. I want to talk to you about the cons that you can expect as you think about the Zoho Meeting. You have a very complicated AI setup. It is what it is. And the tool requires additional downloads to access necessary features. Really, one thing we have seen is that this tool actually demands investment in the greater Zoho ecosystem, either directly or indirectly. You have an interface that's actually dated. They did a lot during COVID, but it's still dated. Okay, meeting capacity could be bigger in our view, because right now you have a maximum of only 250 participants. Not as many third-party integrations as competitors. Zoho wants you to really integrate with its own ecosystem, apps in its own ecosystem, and not with third-party apps. No breakout rooms unless purchased as an add-on. and the pricing setup could confuse potential customers. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about Zoho meeting, and the question is it really worth it or what? I want to talk to you about the specs you need to really think about. You can expect when you analyze Zoho Meeting. Now, Zoho Meeting is a video conferencing software that's just one of the many components within the broader Zoho ecosystem, right? And current Zoho customers should consider meetings as recent upgrades such as AI-powered transcription features bring the service more in line with the competition. That said, those AI tools require a few too many steps to get up and running, and the app may not appeal to you if you're looking for a standalone, business-focused video conferencing solution. If you want a high-quality video conferencing option that requires less setup, might want to think about others such as Zoom or WebEx by Cisco, or you can have Intermedia, any meeting. You have other players. So when we talk about the specs of Zoho Meeting, I want you to really establish the fact that it is basically a web-based tool that lets you make video and audio conferencing calls. Although it typically requires an internet connection to work, attendees may join meetings by phone. You may launch a new meeting using your web browser or after downloading the meeting app to a desktop or a mobile device. And when we talk about specs here, one thing that sets Zoho Meeting apart is that it bundles in webinar features with standard video conferencing capabilities starting from its free plan. So that's really cool in terms of efficiency. From there, you can purchase meeting and have sessions with up to 250 participants, or sign up for a Zoho webinar and host events with up to 5,000 people. And this possibility makes a meeting a cost-effective option for professionals and small teams, and a convenient solution for enterprise-level companies or organizations. Okay, and an issue to note is that while Zoho provides a separate product called Webinar, the pricing page does not clarify whether there is a meeting plan option of the same name or a wholly separate product. And this approach may actually make accurately identifying available plan options slightly confusing in our view. In terms of ease of use, well, Zoho actually is very easy to set up and for any operation and use also. After signing up, you can quickly launch a new meeting and send out invitations to participants. And the standard conferencing tools are identifiable enough that you should have no trouble navigating the window to find whichever tools you need. So this is kind of cool in terms of flexibility. The video and audio call quality is actually good. The audio was clear, so we were able to easily hear and understand when we tested it. The video quality was excellent. We saw no signs of lagging or freezing, so it is what it is. I want to talk to you about pricing here. So I want you to look right now. The pricing is pretty affordable. It's pretty cheap. And the cool thing is Zoho Meeting actually has a 14-day free trial, no credit card required. And this is kind of cool. And so basically you have a categorization in terms of meeting and webinar. Now, webinar obviously costs a little more money, but hey, listen, it is what it is. So, but the thing is that remember the price you're seeing on the screen here, that's for 10 participants. When you increase the number of participants, the price goes up. We're speaking here about a sliding pricing model, okay? And so that's really important to think about. So you have the free, the standard, and the professional plan. You also have Zoho Webinar, standard, and professional. So when we talk about the free plan, Zoho free plan is great for individuals or small teams that want to be able to host unlimited video and audio conferences while getting access to popular collaboration tools such as, let's say, whiteboards and screen sharing for no additional cost. And participants can engage in meetings through reactions or by raising their hands. And you may also share files directly through chat. And the free plan caps session at 60 minutes and limits attendance to 100 people. And businesses that don't anticipate meetings lasting longer than an hour or needing to meet with more than a couple of dozen people might feel that this plan is good enough. However, there are a few crucial meeting tools that freeware users will miss out on. such as meeting recording capabilities. You have integrations and letting participants join conferences by phone. And if you prefer those options, upgrading to standard or professional becomes essential. Okay. And when we talk about standard, in addition to everything from the free plan, standard introduces the ability to join meetings by phone. You can now record the sessions and store them in the cloud. The initial limit is 10 meetings per host, but you can expand this to 200 sessions per year with the optional add-on co-host meetings for up to 24 hours, control sessions remotely, and directly manage users. And you also have professional plan. So the professional plan allows you to host meetings for up to 250 people. That's really cool. And this plan includes enterprise level features such as custom domains, multiple hosts at a time, advanced analytics. You have API access and an embedded meeting widget. While this tier adds transcript recording and meeting keynotes, these are limited to US-based customers, and this tier also introduces breakout rooms and toll-free numbers as add-ons. And you also have the Zoho webinar. So Zoho puts its webinar product on the same pricing page as meeting. Still, these are separate products, and webinar offers some features you won't get with meeting. For instance, cloud recording storage for 25 webinars per organizer, email customization, and anonymous question. And what truly sets Zoho webinar apart from meeting is that you can host events for up to 5,000 attendees. The webinar starts at $8 per organizer per month when paid annually for up to 25 attendees. So this is really what it is. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about Zoho Meeting, and the question is this tool worth it or I want to talk to you about the value added. So when you think about Zoho Meeting, you need to really understand that you have a very simple process when it comes to getting set up. Zoho Meetings has clients for Android, iOS, Linux, macOS, and Windows, which covers all the bases when you think about it. So if you are using another video conferencing service or your organization's IT policy won't let you install a desktop app, you can join Zoho Meeting via its web clients. Once you are signed in, you will see a handy Meet Now button that explains to offer a quick audio or video conference. It's actually the fastest way to start chatting with coworkers. If you need more scheduling power, Zoho Meeting integrates with the rest of the Zoho suite. So you can add a meeting from Zoho Calendar, which is a nice touch. There is also an Outlook plugin that provides similar functionality for Microsoft Shops, and even a version of Zoho Meeting that integrates with Google Workspace should your organization prefer Google Suite. And that's just we love the fact that you have a great UI and UX with for Zoho Meeting. That's really good. And the participants button gives hosts typical moderator controls such as muting, unmuting, and inviting additional guests. And lock meeting prevents new people from joining. It really acts as a safeguard to stop unwanted participants from hopping in if they snag your meeting ID and password, a phenomenon known as Zoom bombing. So when you think about Zoho, we love the fact that you are able to have all kinds of capabilities unlocked as you actually go up the ladder in terms of pricing. So we felt that Zoho Meeting could be a smart choice for individuals and smaller business teams that want a quick and affordable method of collaboration. In terms of specs, its per host pricing is also relatively inexpensive depending on the number of participants. Meanwhile, larger organizations may prefer a Zoho webinar or a different provider that lets them host hundreds of people at once. And this is one of those things where you have to really think clearly. And though each offers a video and audio conferencing software, Zoho and Zoom are different companies and they have different configuration setups, if you will. I want to talk to you about the features you can expect to have within a Zoho Meeting, okay? First of all, the hardware, then I'll talk about the software. I'll also talk about security, third-party integrations, you can meeting recording, for instance, okay? So when you think about hardware, for instance, there is no special hardware to buy and use with Zoho Meeting. You only need a compatible device such as a desktop computer, smartphone, or tablets. In terms of software, Zoho Meeting software is compatible with Windows 7 and Mac OS 10.6 operating systems or newer. It will also work with all variants of Linux, including Raspberry Pi OS. With smartphones, you can download the Meeting app onto Android and iOS devices. And Meeting is compatible with the latest Chrome, Edge, Opera, and Safari browsers. But for optimal performance in Edge, you will need to turn off efficiency mode. And when using the Zoho Meeting app, you can not only host video meetings but also set up webinars. So we love that a lot. You can make or receive phone calls. You can create meeting rooms. You can schedule events on your calendar. You can review analytics, and you can control user access. That's really good. That's really good. So though not quite as robust as other UCaaS providers, Zoho offers serviceable communication features aside from video and audio conferencing. You have the ability to record meetings by signing up for the standard or professional plan, and the record feature lets you document audio and video sessions. This includes any screen sharing, and this is kind of cool. And please note that only the host can access and begin recording sessions within Zoho. In terms of security, Zoho Meeting secures audio and video conferences through a DTLS SRTP encryption. Additionally, it uses the latest TLS protocol version 1.2 and certificates issued by SHA 256. And perfect forward secrecy and HTTPS strict transport security are actually utilized across all sites. And Zoho also lets customers be proactive by locking meetings with passwords and enabling two-factor authentication on Zoho accounts. So that's really good. And in terms of integrations, this is an area where Zoho is really losing a lot of people, because of the 14 available integrations for Zoho Meeting, only a few are from third-party companies. Meeting integrates with Microsoft Teams, Slack, and Gmail, but nothing else, as Zoho prefers to pair its products with its in-house solutions. So what are the rivals here? So when we talk about Zoho, you have a lot of players actually. You have Google Meet, you have Cisco WebEx meetings, you have Microsoft Teams, and so let's talk about that. So really, when we talk about Zoho meetings versus Google Meet, well, basically we actually love Meet compared to Zoho Meeting, because though both products let you quickly start a new conference call in your web browser, Meet holds the advantage through Google as its more seamless process. It is possible to download both products to devices, but with Meet, there is not a need. As long as you have an internet connection, you can easily host the meetings through your preferred web browser. The better choice will ultimately come down to your needs and intended spending. If you need, let's say, a straightforward free video meeting app, Zoho Meeting is the better option, as its freeware has more features than Google Meet and maybe more cost-effective for tiny teams. As for premium solutions, you will get more value for your dollar by signing up with Google Meet, which offers a broader range of premium tools. What about Zoho Meeting versus Cisco's WebEx meetings? Well, basically, Zoho Meeting didn't feel as cluttered, and when we tested it, and every tool you need to engage during a session is generally within reach. While providing freeware, WebEx does take slightly more effort to navigate and understand. And Zoho's meeting tier offers more features than Cisco's WebEx meetings, and freeware sessions last 20 minutes longer. With WebEx meetings, you may host up to 1,000 people at a time. And if you plan to host beyond the 250 people cap of Zoho Meeting, then WebEx will be the better choice. And when you think about Zoho Meeting versus Microsoft Teams, Microsoft Teams hosting cap is slightly higher than Zoho Meeting. Still, Zoho at least offers an alternative in webinar that can boost meeting participation into the thousands in our view, and Teams has a somewhat higher time limit for meetings. You have 30 hours versus the meetings a 24-hour limit. And though Teams starts at $4 per month per user, Meeting has the potential to be more cost-effective for small companies due to its $1 per month per host threshold. So that's really cool. So overall, Zoho Meeting is the most cost-effective solution for that also has the ability to expand participation in ways that Teams currently cannot. So, what is our verdict here? Is Zoho the way to go or what? Definitely, definitely. We in Zoho Meeting is a useful, low-cost video conferencing service that provides most of what you need for online meetings, but it remains clunky in key areas. So you have to really see what works for you and really choose accordingly. So we recommend Zoho for businesses operating on a budget, multiple hosting options, phone support, screen and file sharing, and if you want to protect your meetings. We do not recommend Zoho Meeting for large organizations, third-party integrations, and breakout chat rooms. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. Let's quickly do a recap here. So in today's conversation, I was talking to you about Zoho Meeting, and I give you the presentation, the assessment, the specs, the pricing, the value added, the features, the rivals, and now the verdict. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.